Okay, let's look at complex numbers. Remember in algebra when solving quadratic equations. Remember quadratic equations? X square minus 1 equal to 0, or let's say minus 4 equal to 0, x square equal to 4, x equal to plus or minus square root of 4, yes, which means x equal to plus or minus 2. Okay, this is perfectly fine. But suppose the problem was like this: x square plus 4 equal to 0. Now in this case what happens? X square equal to, it becomes minus 4 and x becomes plus or minus square root of minus 4. Okay, now you can't have a value of x whose square is minus 1, because square always makes the negative sign positive. So initially it used to be ignored, but later on this was taken a little bit further. So plus or minus square root of 4 times minus 1, square root of 4 times square root of minus 1, plus or minus 2 and square root of minus 1. And then this square root of minus 1 was given a symbol, right? And that is I. So I was given square root of minus 1, like a shortcut kind of thing. So then this becomes plus or minus 2i. Now the biggest advantage of having this I business, what was initially called as imaginary number, was that there is a fundamental rule which says that the number of roots of an equation depends on the degree of the polynomial. So if it is a quadratic, there will be 2 roots. If it is a cubic, there will be 3 roots. If the degree is 10, then there has to be 10 roots. Okay, so let's see how this pans out. Let's solve some problems. So square root of minus 9, remember this can be written as square root of 9, square root of 9 into square root of minus 1. So this can be split up and this becomes, remember this is I. Now these steps can be done in your mind itself. So you know square root of 100 is 10 I. Square root of minus 16 equal to 4 I. Do lot of exercises so that at least the square roots you end up remembering. Now I just need not only be I. Say for example, if you end up in a situation like this, 2i, then what happens? Then 6i becomes 6i square becomes. So what is I square, right? So this is also important, that is powers of I. That if only I is there, that means power is 1. So that is square root of minus 1, right? Now I square would be what? I square would be minus 1 square. So the square root and square will disappear and you are left with minus 1. Yes. So this will be I itself. I to the power of 1 is I. Now I cube would be what? I cube would be I square times I. We know I square is minus 1. Minus 1 I is minus I. I4 is I square square. Yes. And I square is minus 1. Minus 1 square is plus 1. I5 is I4 times I. Now we know I4 is 1, so I6 is I square to the power of 3, which would be equal to what? I square is minus 1. Minus 1 to the power of an odd number is minus 1. Yes. So that is as far as the powers, positive powers. Let's look at negative powers. I to the power of minus 1, and we need to rationalize it, isn't it? Remember rationalization? So I by I. Now this what happens? Here becomes I by I square. I by I square is minus 1. So minus I. I to the power of minus 2 is 1 by I square. I square is minus 1. So which is minus 1. I cube minus 3 is 1 by I cube. Now I cube is what? Here itself we have minus I. And again we need to rationalize it. By minus we can take it up. So I square. Now I square is minus 1. So minus I by minus 1 is equal to I. Right? Now if you study the pattern involved, right? If you study the pattern involved, you will realize that for any k belonging to integers I to the power of 4k, that means if the power is a multiple of 4, then I to the power of 4k is equal to 1. This is 4k, I to the power of 1. Remember, anything to the power of 0, if k equal to 0, I to the power of 0 is 1. Okay. 4k plus 1. That means I to the power of multiple of 4 plus 1. Then the result is I to the power of 4k plus 2 with 2 remainder is minus 1, and 4k 3 remainder of 3 is minus I. Is the, remember, 4, if you divide a number by 4, you can't have a remainder greater than 3. Okay, let's solve some problems again. What about I to the power of, say, 7? Now how will you think of this? Think of this as 4 ones 4. Yes. So I to the power of 4 times I to the power of 3, right? I to the power of 4 is 1. So you are left with I to the power of 3, which is what? That is the remainder part, is 3. So this becomes 4k plus 3. So minus I. I to the power of 21. I to the power of 4 times 5, 20. So again, now you are left with I to the power of 1, 20 plus 1. So I to the I, that is the result. Okay, you can take it to any level, 75. Now actually do the division if you want. 75 divided by 4. 4 ones 4, 3, 4 8s are 32, 3 remainder. So 18 to I3. Now I3 is minus 1, minus I. 4 into 18. right? You have to write, you can't just write 18. 4 into 18, this shows that it is a multiple of 4. Okay, I to the power of 107 gives you what? 107 divided by 4. 4 2s are 8, 2 remainder, 27. 27 means 4 6 are 24. Yes, and you are left with 3 remainder. So I to the power of 4 into 26 and I to the power of 3 remainder. So again here also minus sign. I to the power of 60, right, divided by 4. 60 divided by 4. 4 1s are 4, 20, 4 5s are 20. So 4 into 15. So it's an exact multiple of 4 without any remainder. So which means, okay. Now let's take a few negative numbers, negative powers. I to the power of minus 7. If you want to take it, if you don't want to remember the formulas, you just do it to the power of 7. 1 by I to the power of 4 times I to the power of 3. Multiple of 2, multiple of 4, so 1. So you're left with I to the power of 3, we know is minus I. So let's rationalize this. So I by minus I square. Minus by minus I square is minus I square is minus 1. So minus into minus 1 is plus 1, which is I. Now instead of doing all these steps, a better way is to check out whether minus 7 is a multiple of 4. Yes. So minus 7 divided by 4. 4 ones. Yes. 4. Remainder is 3. So 4k minus 4k. Yeah, let's take it as 4k plus 3. Does it come to this category? You remember, because it is negative sign, you have to look at 4 2s are 8. So you get minus 8 plus 1, right? Right, 4 2s are 8. So minus 8 plus 1. So here this is actually 4 times 2. Minus 4 times 2 plus 1. See, in case of negative numbers, this is one thing that you have to remember. You have to take it one step. You have to go beyond 7. So 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8. And then add the necessary number. Okay, so I minus 7 is equal to what? I minus 4 times 2 and I, which is I. Got it? Now it's better to do it like this than this, because this will take much more time. See, as you keep practicing, it becomes easier and easier. So let's say minus 11. Okay, now minus 11 can be written as what? I to the power of 4. First write of 4, then times 4 3s are 12. You have to go above, absolute value should be greater than this. So 4 3s are 12. Now this is minus plus 1. So what will happen? Minus 12 plus 1 is minus 11. So this becomes 4 times 3 into I. This becomes I to the power of minus let's say 30. Again minus 4 into 4 7s are 28, go beyond, 4 8s are 32, plus 2, which is I to the power of 2, which is minus 1. Now let's look at really large numbers. Minus 164. Now divide 164 by 4. 4 4s are 4 1s are. So this is exact multiple. So you can directly make it as 1. Let's do one more. I to the power of minus 138. Again 138 divided by 4. 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12. 1 4 4s are 16. So 35. 20. Here it is 18. So plus 2. Minus 35 plus 2. So I minus 35. Now 4 into 4 times 35 and I square. Multiple of 4 becomes 1. So you are left with I square, which is minus 1. Okay, I think you got the idea. You practice it to such an extent that you don't make mistakes in this. I think that's enough. Bye for now.